Alright guys, so let's discuss the concept of offset. So offset is a very powerful tool and is a very powerful function. It is good for automation, but it is volatile. So you have to be very careful whenever you use offset. So in terms of offsets, every time you use offset, it's going to continue to recalculate, and which could be a burden on your Excel on your worksheet, but no, but it depends. If you're not using too much of it, which is fine, and then it depends on how you actually use offset. But offset is a very powerful tool. It's good for automation. It's good for so many things. I do use offset whenever I'm doing the precision in my model, my financial modeling. So I do use offset, and then I use offset for so many other things as well. Probably even I use offset in my chart when I'm doing some chart, and then I want the chart to be dynamic. I use offset as well. So I'm going to take you through all this in this dashboard course, and then I'm going to discuss that when the time is right. So right now is to make you understand how offset currently work. I'm using Office 365, so this is going to be a little bit different in terms of how these numbers are displayed, but I will show you how you can actually get this number when you work with other version of Excel. Alright guys, so to use offset, simply type offset and then say reference, and you say rows. So I'm standing here, right? So this is our offset work. Where do I want to go? So I'm going to talk about the rows and column first, which is this rows and columns. It is a little bit complex, so I need to break it down for you to understand before discussing the other bit. And I don't want it to be too, I don't want the video to be too long as well. So offset is really saying that, okay, I'm standing here. How do I move? Do I move how many rows up or down, how many columns up or down exactly? So what this means, and then height and weight. So I'm going to discuss all this. So rows, you're standing here, I'm telling you offset, I want you to go 2 rows, right? Then do I need to say anything about column? Let's just leave column for now. And then anything height, let's leave height, let's leave this other one as well. So I'm going to say fine. So offset, you stood here, now you're giving me 20. Why 20? That's because offset has moved. I specified I want you to move 2 columns down, so it has done 1, 2. Alright, so let me use this graph to explain what this means. So if offset is standing like this, right? So offset is not going to count the column where it is standing. It will start counting from the next column. So offset is standing here. It's going to count from 1. This is the first one, and this is the second column. It's going to count. It's not going to count itself to be inclusive. So you just standing here is going to move 1, 2, or standing here is going to move 1, 2. All right. So when we are dealing with column, we are dealing with the first one, which is this column, right? This rows. So it's about how many rows up, how many rows down should I move, right? So I have used this to specify this column. This y-axis is how many represent the column. Do you want me to move up, or do you want me to move down? If you want to move up, you have to specify in a negative direction. Move up, that will have to be minus, and if you want to move down, that have to be positive, right? So, and by the time we get to the columns, then I'm going to explain moving this. So if you are moving on this y-axis, if you are moving to the left, it's going to be negative. If you are moving to the right, it's going to be positive. So I use a simple terminology to remember this. So left up is going to be negative. If you're moving up and you're moving left, it is negative. Left up is negative. If you're moving down and then moving to the right, is going to be positive. So I said right down is positive. Either you're writing something down or it is just right down. So whichever way you interpret it, that is how the whole concept works. Now, so take for instance, let's say I want to move up and I want to return this item number 6, and that's 60. How do I get item 60? So I'm starting here. What do I do? I have to count. If I'm standing here, then this will be my first column, minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be minus 5. So column, move this column. I want these rows, sorry, to move by minus 5. So I'm going to get 60. If I want this to move down, I'm going to remove this. So I want to move down, so this will be 60 as well. This is the 60, but let's make it 4 so that it's not we can show clear difference. So move downward by 5. So I'm starting here, it's going to be 1 2 3 4, right? So is this 4, right? So that is where it has moved. That is how you move when it comes to offset. Column rows helps you to move either up or down. If you're moving up, it's going to be negative. If you're moving down, it's going to be positive. So that is how this works, right? So in the next one, I'm going to talk about how you can move left or right as well. Better still, since we're here, I think it's better I just explain that concept. Alright, so let me just pick this up in the next video, guys.